Roma drifted through the outer reaches like a ghost ship, his battered freighter dusty trail humming with the kind of loneliness that settled into a man's bones after too many years alone. The human had been hauling cargo between forgotten mining colonies for 15 years, ever since the war had taken everything from him. His crew, his purpose, his hope, all scattered like stardust. The job was simple: deliver medical supplies to Dracon Prime, collect payment, move on. He'd never been to a Draconi world before. Humans and Draconi rarely mixed. The dragon-like aliens kept to their volcanic worlds, and humans stayed in their corner of the galaxy. But credits were credits, and Roma needed fuel. Dracon Prime burned like a jewel against the black. Crimson clouds swirled over cities carved into mountainsides, and everywhere Roma looked, he saw wings. The Draconi moved through the air with effortless grace, their scaled bodies gleaming copper, gold, and emerald in the light of their twin suns. Roma felt completely out of place. "You're the human?" The voice was melodic but carried an edge of curiosity. He turned to find a young Draconi woman standing in the cargo bay doorway. Unlike the others he'd seen, her scales were an unusual shade of silver blue, catching the light like frozen starlight. Her wings were folded against her back, and her amber eyes studied him with an intensity that made him shift uncomfortably. "That's me, Roma. You here for the shipment?" "I'm Anna. The medical supplies are for my clinic." She stepped closer, her movements fluid. "You're brave, coming here alone." Roma shrugged. "Not brave, just broke." Something in his tone made her pause. Her head tilted, reptilian features softening. "You're lonely." The observation hit him like a meteor strike. No one had seen through him in years. He'd perfected the gruff space cowboy act, the man who needed nothing and no one. "I'm fine," he lied. "No," Anna said gently. "You're not." Roma had planned to leave immediately after the delivery, but his ship had other ideas. The dusty trail developed a critical coolant leak, and the only mechanic who could fix it was off-world for 3 days. "Stay at my place," Anna offered. "The volcanic vents make most human accommodations uncomfortable." Her home was a cave system carved high into a cliff face, but she'd modified one chamber with climate controls for the occasional human visitor. More surprising was her library. Thousands of texts from dozens of species, including precious human classics. "You read Twain?" Roma asked, pulling a battered copy of Huckleberry Finn from the shelf. "I collect stories," Anna said, lighting a bioluminescent lamp. "Your people tell the best ones. Always about wanderers finding home, about lonely souls discovering they're not alone." She looked at him meaningfully. "Your species has a gift for hope." Over the next 3 days, Roma discovered that Anna was unlike anyone he'd ever met. She ran a free clinic for Draconi hatchlings, worked 18-hour shifts, and somehow still found time to share meals with a stranded human freighter captain. She asked about Earth, about the war, about the life he'd lost. And Roma found himself talking. Really talking, for the first time in 15 years. "My crew died saving a colony ship," he admitted on the second night, staring into her fire pit. "I was the captain. I should have found another way. Instead, I've been running deliveries like some kind of cosmic penance." Anna's wing brushed against his shoulder, a gesture of comfort. "You carry their memory. That's not penance. That's love." "Doesn't feel like love." "Because you're punishing yourself by being alone," she said. "Your people are remarkable because you're resilient, stubborn, and absurdly hopeful. But you've forgotten that last part. Hard to be hopeful when everyone's gone." "I'm not gone," Anna said quietly. When the mechanic returned, Roma found himself making excuses to stay. One more day turned into a week. He started helping at Anna's clinic, discovering that human medical knowledge complemented Draconi healing techniques. He made the hatchlings laugh with stories about The old frontier days in the Sol system. Anna watched him come alive again, watched the shadows lift from his eyes. "You could stay," she said one evening as they watched the twin suns set. "The clinic needs someone with your experience, and I—" She paused, vulnerability crossing her scaled features. "I've been lonely too. My interests are too alien for most Draconi. But you understand." Roma looked at this extraordinary woman who'd seen past his armor to the broken man beneath, who'd shown him that hope wasn't dead, just dormant. "I'm a space cowboy," he said, but there was no conviction in it anymore. "You're a healer who forgot how to heal himself," Anna countered. She extended her hand, claws retracted. "Stay, build something new. You taught me that's what humans do best. They endure. They adapt. They find light in the darkest reaches of space." Roma took her hand, scaled and warm. "I don't know how to be anything but a drifter." "Then drift here," Anna said, smiling. "Drift with me." 6 months later, the dusty trail sat in a hangar, converted into a mobile medical unit. Roma and Anna ran clinics across 3 systems, bringing healing to places that needed it most. He'd found his crew again, just a crew of 2, 1 human and 1 Draconi, but it was enough, more than enough. At night in their cave home, Anna would read him human stories about wanderers and homecomings, and Roma would hold her close, marveling at how a lonely human space cowboy had found not just love, but purpose in the most unexpected place. "You transformed my entire life," he told her once. Anna's laugh was warm. "No, Roma. You transformed your own life. I just reminded you that humans are too stubborn to give up on hope, even when they forget." And somewhere in the outer reaches, hope burned bright once more.